Let's go deep into sin, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to go with me? Or are you afraid? I'm not afraid to go deep into sin. Oh, no. You see, it's very, very easy to deal with those things which are a manifestation of sin. Homosexuality, oh, God forbid. Same-sex marriage, no, we don't want that in our country. It's a manifestation of sin. And I'm going to throw as many stones as I can to get rid of it. And by the way, while you're getting rid of things, there's an African that's sitting in the Oval Office. He's a baby killer and he wants same-sex marriage. Get rid of him as well. He wants to continue with things that are a manifestation of sin. But you see, the truth of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go deep into sin, you have to deal with the nature of sin. You cannot simply talk about the manifestation of sin. With the manifestation of sin, you can throw stones all day long. And guess what? You might even gather enough people to vote so that you don't have to see those things that are a manifestation of sin. No to same-sex marriage. Absolutely not in my country. And so you win the vote. The manifestation of sin we don't have to deal with. But ladies and gentlemen, the nature of sin will not be moved by a majority vote. It will not be moved by your opinion. It will not be moved by what you do not condone or endorse. The nature of sin can only be dealt with by the living water. Take a trip with me deeper into sin, if you will. Let's go back to the woman at the well. Let's go back and look at her. You see, Jesus talked with her about the manifestation of sin. But he told her in essence, I know about the manifestation of sin. I know what is causing you to have all of these men in your life. I know what is causing you even to live with the one you're with now that you're not married to. It's the manifestation of sin, but I want to deal with your nature. I want to deal with the things that are causing you to manifest sin. Or rather, to manifest the deeds that are produced by sin. I'm going to give you, if you like, living water. And only then will you be able to resist the deeds that sin leads you to participate in. A cold thing about the woman at the well. Notice how I break out ghetto and I'm trying to be proper. The cold thing. Anyway, the interesting thing about the woman at the well is when Jesus approached her, she got religious on him. She says, our fathers worshipped in this mountain. Tell me, woman, how do you know anything about worship when you're living with men, one man after the other, this one and that one, sleeping around? How do you know anything about worship, Miss Woman at the well? She didn't know, she knew only also about his worship. He says, she says to him, she says, our fathers worshipped in this mountain. You Jews say that we ought to worship in Jerusalem. My God, woman, you sure know a lot to be sleeping around. Jesus simply said, woman, a day is coming and is now that the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. You see, it has nothing to do with your religious order. And then let me tell you something else. See, because of your religious order, Because of the surface things that sin causes you to do, you're still able to talk about worship. You're still able to talk about locations of worship and still be sleeping around. Because you know what, woman? The nature of sin is in you and it has not been dealt with. And by the way, sweetheart, it will only be cured by living water. So you don't want homosexuality and same-sex marriage in your country? Stop it by your vote. Stop any sin you want to by your vote, by your outcry, by your loud mouths and your rhetoric. Stop it if you will, but you still have not dealt with the nature of sin, and it only comes by living water. That's the only change. That's the only time when change will take place. That's the only time when change will happen. You Christian, upstanding, God-fearing, tax-paying American, it only happens with living water. Resist the manifestations of sin all you want. Don't condone them. Don't endorse them. Whatever. When will you deal with the nature of sin and cause real change in the world we live in? Thank you all so much for tuning in, and be blessed.